Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another broadcast of the Sports Block. Tonight we're coming to you live from the gym here at Middle Creek. The Lady Mustangs are facing off against the Lady Yellow Jackets from Lee County tonight. Mustangs come in here 2-1, and Yellow Jackets are 0-3. 0-3. They have not won a game this season, so they're coming into the gym tonight with something to prove. A team with something to prove is always a dangerous team. And some notable injuries for the Mustangs, however. Ashley Shank, Jasmine Shaw, and Justice White are all out tonight, and they will not be playing. Ashley Shank was the team's leading scorer this season, 11.3 points a game. Team's top three-point shooter as well. So Mustangs are going to miss her. Hopefully not miss her too much, but that's going to be a big hole to fill. And Jasmine Shaw is the best returning player from last year's squad, and Justice White is also a vital part of the Lady Mustangs team here. So as we get the starting lineups figured out, getting ready for the tip-off, I'm Matt Kimball. I'll be doing play-by-play tonight. I'm joined by PJ Bellantoni and Alex Johnson. They'll be running color. How are you guys doing tonight?
We're doing good. As you're saying, the returning players from last year, the Mustangs have, a big hole to fill from last year. Amber Battle being one of their best player last year, and also the two Murdoch twins, their two best guards, and those are some big holes to fill.
We were talking before the game about whenever we would do some of the girls' games last year, those were fun to watch. Like, I love watching the Murdoch twins drain threes because they were some of the best three-point shooters I'd ever seen. And Brittany, are they both at Guilford? I know Brittany is. And Amber Battle is, of course, at Richmond on scholarship. As we get ready for the tip-off, Sydney Smith tips it back to Courtney Latham as we get started here tonight. Pass to Betsy Doer. Back to Betsy. Good defense by Lee County here. Moving around the outside of the key. And last Friday, I saw the end of the Garner game where Middle Creek actually lost. But it was a double overtime thriller. Great game. They showed a lot of resolve in that game, and they lost, but it wasn't by a lot. So Middle Creek getting on the board first here.
Yeah, talking about the Garner game, that was, just the double overtime game. That was just a really good game to watch, being a fan right there. It was, unexpected. It was a great game.
Middle Creek on offense is going to try to get the ball to Sydney Smith. She's leading the team with 11 points on the year.
Yeah, next to Ashley, she's the next leading scorer on the team as Middle Creek gets on the board once again, jumping out to an early lead. On the court right now, we have Lauren Cesare and Sydney Smith down low in the post as Lauren Cesare gets the steal, passes it up to Betsy, dribbles inside, trying to get around number 10 from Lee County. That's Jasmine Fushi. As Meredith Love brings it up the court for the Yellow Jackets. And talking about Lee County trying to get its first win here tonight, as the long jumper by Deborah Andrus is no good. Mustangs getting the rebound outside to Courtney Latham, who is, of course, the younger sister of Garrett Latham, who walked on at State this year. He was our quarterback for the past 3 years, and he also played on the basketball team as well.
He had a very successful career here as a quarterback. He had 3 seasons of over 3,000 yards passing, one of 3 players in the history of North Carolina.
It was a very impressive football player, and Courtney's following in her big brother's footsteps, trying to be an athlete. She's a very good ball player as she gets the rebound right there on the missed shot by number 33, Mary Johnson. This was a foul called on Middle Creek.
I think that was was it a foul or was it a carry?
Carry. Oh, I missed that one. 5:32 left to go here in the first quarter. Mustangs up 4-0. Andrus gets it inside. Good defense by Latham and Doer. Love looking for somebody to get open. Finally gets it to Andrus, who's pushed out of bounds by Sydney Smith, playing good defense there. And you talk about missing Amber Battle. I think both the varsity men and women's team has the same problem. They're missing big men and big women just down in the post. Amber Battle was an outstanding presence down there, and they've missed her a little bit this year. You're always going to miss a player like that, but they don't have the size that she brought to the table.
Yeah, I mean, she was really tall for just being like, she had the wingspan that most guy players would love to have. I mean, she was just really tall, and that's just a rare talent that you come up. And I think her dad played for NC State back as when they won the national championship, I think.
So it runs in the family, and her sister's on the volleyball team here at Middle Creek.
She's also really tall. I've seen her a couple times. She's really tall.
So a very athletic family there, as Jasmine Fushi's three-point attempt was missed. And Love gets the steal for Lee County, and she's going to bring it up the court here. Inside pass. And it's going to be a miss, kept in bounds. Love at the top of the key. Bad pass. And it's knocked out of bounds. I guess it went off. Yeah, I think it went off a Lee County player, because Johnston got the steal, and then.
No, they called a foul on that. Yeah.
You're going to see a lot of set plays tonight. Girls basketball is a lot more fundamentals, more set plays rather than boys, where you kind of just run around, shoot and dunk. Because the lack of size, there's not many big girls there. They're all more the same size.
As Cesare deep pass to Smith, who gets the short jumper to go. Yeah, you don't see many. And intercepted by Lauren Cesare, trying to pass it to Sydney Smith, but she loses control of the ball. And you don't see. Could Amber dunk?
I don't think so.
Yeah, you don't see many women dunk.
There was one. I think there's one in the WNBA that can dunk, and there's one in college right now.
Yeah.
It's very rare.
I don't think it's necessarily ability. It's just the way they play the game, like you said, the fundamentals and stuff, how the game's structured. Intercepted by Lee County.
Got a hurt player for Lee County, or she lost her glasses.
And she tosses them to the sideline. That's number 40, Patrina Bethea. Hope she can see without her glasses.
You're going to have to come off.
And waiting at midcourt for the Mustangs is number 40, Vanessa Pitts, a freshman actually playing on varsity, which is very rare at any level of in any sport. You don't see freshmen on varsity teams. Courtney Latham tipped the ball out as Betsy Dorr gets another steal for the Mustangs.
Vanessa Pitts is really a force down low. She's averaging 9 points a game, so they're going to try to get the ball down to her on the low post.
No doubt. Latham puts it up from behind the arc, and it's just short. Rebounded by Pitts, who can't get the putback to go. But Betsy Dorr gets the rebound. Cesare puts it up, and another missed three-point attempt. Rebounded by Pitts, and she's going to get called for the travel. Yellow jacket ball.
And that's her first possession. She goes in there and gets 2 offensive rebounds. So she's going to be a key tonight for Middle Creek.
And 5 minutes into the game here, Mustangs leading 8-0. Lee County has still not gotten on the scoreboard. So Mustang ball here. Back to Cesare in the corner. Working against Andrus. And Sydney Smith is going to go to the line after getting fouled on the shot.
It looks like they're they're trying to feed the ball in low a lot this game. They've taken a couple of jump shots, but they're still trying to go down low and establish the post position.
And Pitts is a freshman, but she's also very tall.
Yeah.
It looks like she's the tallest one on the team.
I think I want to say she's about 5'10".
She's close to 6 foot,
Yeah,
if not 6 foot.
Yeah, so maybe she's the answer to, Amber Battle leaving. Not as tall as Amber, but still got some size down there in the post. Like you said, Alex, already 2 offensive rebounds, only been in the game for a matter of seconds. And, look for her to be a force. She hasn't been able to get any points yet, but I don't think it'll be too long before she's on the board.
Yeah, Middle Creek, in the past couple years has had a lot of, big women like, Christine, who went on to play Division II basketball at Lenore Rhine, and Amber, of course, going to Richmond last year.
And Smith's free throw attempt is no good, rebounded by Cesare. Pitts gets another rebound and is called out of bounds, Yellow Jacket ball.
She's only a freshman and she's already nearly 6 foot. She probably will continue to grow, surpass 6 foot.
Yeah, that's the great thing. High school basketball kids are still growing. It's a good point. And one thing to watch out for, we talked about how they're going down low a lot. Another steal by the Mustangs. Pass to Latham, takes the jumper, and it's nothing but net on that. That's one thing that they're going to have to work on is their perimeter shooting. Another steal, and Betsy gets the putback.
Middle Creek's pressing Lee County right now, and they really have absolutely no answer. Turned the ball over the last couple possessions.
And Ashley Shank being the team's leading three-point shooter. They don't shoot many threes, but she's the most accurate from behind the arc. And they don't look like they're missing her too much tonight.
It seems like they're really
being very aggressive.
Yeah, it seems like they're very fundamentally sound tonight. Like they're not really missing any clicks. They're rolling on all cylinders.
They're making their layups and they're making nice crisp passes.
Middle Creek up 14-0, 2:25 left to go here in the first quarter. Mustangs looking very dominant. Probably looking to keep Lee County scoreless this whole first quarter. A long pass, trying to get past the press by Middle Creek, and Pitts knocks it out of bounds. And everybody was on Lee County's side of the court on that possession. And Chandler Patterson off the shoe of Andrus. Doer going in for the steal, but can't get it. And another steal by the Mustangs, this time by Lauren Cesare, who's going to bring it up. Jakini Kuba lays it up and can't get it to go. So that's Lee County with the rebound and bringing it back up.
Seems like Lee County is throwing very dangerous passes to start off this game. I don't know if they just haven't got the memo yet. They're throwing a lot of turnovers right now, and I think they just need to calm down a little more on offense and just pass the ball, within their range.
They're giving Middle Creek a lot of opportunities right now, and the score shows it. Just a little bit of sloppy play by Lee County. Betsy in the corner, inside to Pitts, fighting against the double team and gets it in, and she gets her first points of the night.
She's got a lot of talent, and she's obviously got the size. She just needs to get the court awareness. She's dribbled the ball out of bounds a couple times. She's had a couple travels. And
I think that's just a little bit, maybe some inexperience showing. We talk about how she's a freshman. She's only going to get better with experience, and I think a lot of what we're seeing is her raw talent, and Coach Petty, I think, is going to work with her a lot and honing that and making her a much even better player. As Allie Ayers from the line gets her first free throw to fall, putting Lee County on the board for the first time tonight, 16-1. Mustangs leading with 1:18 left to go here in the first quarter. Middle Creek has been very dominant so far and has not showed like they miss those three girls that are on IR tonight. Second free throw is no good, rebounded by Pitts. Up the court to Doer, who drives and gets the layup. another ball knocked out.
Middle Creek is continuing to go with the press on Lee County.
I mean, Lee County just has to get something going in terms of passing. I think that's the main thing. If they want to get on the board, they got to get their passes together and get something going. But Middle Creek's not making it easy for them, playing airtight defense as Andrus drives in and is fouled, gets her points and the foul, and she'll go to the line. So Lee County getting in a little bit of a rhythm here. Andrus is going to look to drill these 2 free throws. Middle Creek up by 15 points, and her only free throw attempt is no good. Rebounded by the Mustangs. Long pass up to Giacchini, who lays it up there. No good. Rebounded by Andrus. Dumps it off to Ayers. Nikki Hoover brings it up, loses control of the ball. Lauren Cesare has been all over the court, and she's got a lot of steals tonight. Giacchini is open. Cesare outside the arc. Long pass over the head of Kimmy Pittman, who's now in the game. Kimmy is the younger sister of Amy Pittman, who was on the basketball team last year as well. So a couple siblings on this team. You got Garrett Latham's younger sister, Amy Pittman's younger sister. All good athletes in their own right. Pass inside to Andrus. Can't get it to fall. Knocked out of bounds by, I think that was Pittman.
Lee County likes to take their time with the set offense, as Middle Creek likes to, run the press, keep the ball moving.
9 seconds to go and counting here. Lee County trying to get something in before time expires in the first quarter. Rebound by Andrus, can't get it to go, and that's going to bring the first quarter to a close. Middle Creek is leading 18-3. And we're going to go to our sideline reporter, Kelsey Barbario.
Yep.
And due to some technical difficulties, we'll try and get her next time. But we do have a sideline reporter for this game. First time we have a sideline reporter for the basketball game. That's Kelsey Barbario. And we'll look to go to her a few times tonight, get some insight on what's going on inside the huddle, what's going down on the court, what Petty is telling his players, and just provide another dimension to this broadcast. So looking to go to her later on, as we have our state champion cheerleaders out at midcourt performing. They'll be here again on Thursday, as will we, broadcasting the Tri-Non Conference tournament for cheerleading. We'll be doing a sports block broadcast of that. So as we get ready for the second quarter, Middle Creek dominated the first quarter, leading 18-3, and getting all of their points, most of their points in the paint. Just those hard-earned points.
Yeah, I thought their defense was, just really good in that first quarter. They had a lot of steals, they had a lot of offensive rebounds, which eventually led to some points.
So inbounds pass by Nikki Hoover and stolen by Betsy Doer, who lays it up for the easy 2. Right away, they steal the ball back. And
almost got another one there.
Sydney Smith playing tight defense on Andrus as she tries to inbound it, not making it easy. And trying to get it down court. They have Chandler Patterson cornered. Now it's Ayers, long pass up to Hoover. He tries to take it inside. Pitts gets the steal, dumps it off to Latham. Pitts is open inside. And intended pass for Cesare, but it's knocked out of bounds by Nikki Hoover, who was just on the other side of the court, had to sprint down to break up that pass. So Cesare is going to inbound it for the Mustangs. Gets it to Latham outside, looking for a pass. Back to Cesare in the corner. And pass is stolen by Lee County, getting something going on their end. 20-3 Mustangs leading at the beginning of the second quarter. And if you're just joining us, you're watching the Sports Block. I'm Matt Kimball, joined by PJ Bellantoni and Alex Johnson. First women's basketball game that we're broadcasting tonight, and Middle Creek is dominating so far as Lauren Cesare takes the steal and lays it up for another 2 points and gets another steal. The way she's been playing, she's going to be in double-digit steals by the end of the night. She's just all over the court. And that's not something you see very often, is that many steals.
Well, you know, the way Lee County is throwing their passes, they're trying to throw, you know, like football passes. I mean, they just got to calm their offense down and just try to dribble a little bit more instead of throwing those long bomb passes. And
Cesare is going to come out, take a rest after being all over the court. Jakini Kuba is going to come in for a little bit. Pitts is back in the game as well as she takes the pass inside. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Sydney Smith, who loses it. Back to Courtney Latham, driving inside. Dumps it to Jakini. And bad pass intended for Pitts. It's stolen by Bethea.
Early in this game, it looks like when they're running their set offense, they're trying to get the ball down low to either Pitts or Stewart. I'm sorry, Smith.
Yeah, Sydney Smith and Pitts have been a dominant force down there in the post as the ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to be Middle Creek ball. It's going to be Lee County ball. It's going to be inbounded by Bethea. And Lee County struggling a little bit here in the first half. Can't get much going. Down by 19 early on. And I think you said it best, PJ, you know, just calming their passes down and making smart passes is going to be the key to them getting back in the game. And Sarah Van Steen's jumper falls just short, rebounded by Doer. Long pass up to Courtney Latham, inside to Pitsu, and dumps it off to Smith, who is able to lay it up. And Smith gets the steal out to Doer, who slows it down, getting the offense set.
Lee County is having a very tough time of just getting the ball across the half midcourt. You know, they keep getting steals on Middle Creek's side of the court.
I think they're gonna keep pressing this game no matter what the score is. That's just, you know, the mentality that Coach Petty has.
Yeah, Coach Petty's a great coach, and he's been an institution here for a few years and always does an excellent job from behind the bench. And shot falls short. That was Megan Rose that took the shot. And it's going to be Lee County ball. I believe Doer traveled with it a little bit there.
Or she just kind of fell off her foot.
So Lee County catches a break there. Bethea lays it up, misses, rebounded by Lee County, but the putback attempt does not go. Players slipping and sliding. I think the refs, I don't know if it's slick down there, if the refs want to wipe it up, or maybe it was just the players slipping on their own. 5:11 to go here in the first half, 24-3. Middle Creek with a very commanding lead here. And another steal by Mary Johnston. Jakini Kuba open on the opposite side of the court. Doer is going to keep it. Latham has been a favorite choice down on this end of the court. She hasn't taken that many shots, but she's done a lot of movement of the ball, done a lot of passing and spreading the Lee County team around. And ball went out of bounds on a bad pass. Lee County gets the ball back in. Number 10, Jasmine Fouché is going to bring it up. Pass intended for Latham. It was just a little ahead of her, and she couldn't control it.
Petty doing a nice job of swapping her girls and getting fresh legs so they can continue to press Lee County.
Lee County bring it up. Fouché working at point guard duties for the Yellow Jackets. Something was on the court. Looks like a jewelry or no, some sort of trash. I don't know what it was, but refs not trying to have people slip on it, hurt themselves. So Sarah Teal is going to inbound it, almost stolen again. And they just can't keep control of it. And her shot cannot fall. It's going to be Lee County ball. And we're going to go down to Kelsey Barbario.
The Lady Mustangs are hoping to recover after their devastating loss last Friday with a score of 24-3. Back to you.
Thank you, Kelsey. We're going to be going to her tonight a lot. And she's a new addition to the sports block, hasn't done sideline reporting before. And really appreciate her helping out. 4:05 left to go here in the first half. Middle Creek up 24-3. And Jess McCoy is in the game for the first time tonight, inbounding the ball to Latham. And Petty's working through his bench. I think there's only a handful of players that haven't seen PT tonight. And Lauren Cesare is back in the game.
And, Vanessa Pitts and Sydney Smith on the bench right now, so they're bringing Jessica McCoy, and she's working down low.
And working with a smaller set here, like you said, Vanessa and Sydney Smith are both out. So got a lot of guards in. 3:47 left to go here in the first half. 24-3 Mustangs leading. But nobody's scored in the past minute or so. They've kind of settled down a little bit. As Lee County just trying to get something going, and foul will be called on the Mustangs. And number 12, Deja Bland, Lee County's leading scorer. She's averaging 11.7 points a game. She's been pretty quiet tonight. Haven't heard much from her, but she's going to be at the line. She's going to shoot a couple.
So she will shoot one, and if she makes this, she shoots another. So.
And she doesn't make it. Rebounded by Kimmy Pittman. Dumps it off to Cesare, who takes it end to end and gets the layup. Excellent play by Cesare to get it end to end. And she almost gets another steal, but she's going to be called for the foul that time. And number 50 for Lee County, Sarah Van Steen, is going to go to the line. And just trying to get something going here. One thing we haven't seen. I don't know if we've seen any attempted three-pointers by either team.
We've seen, I think, one or two from Middle Creek and one from Lee County that was way far out here.
But that hasn't really been a factor in this game so far for either team. Cesare dumps it off to Sydney Smith, who is back in the game. Can't get her shot to fall, but they get the rebound. Cesare passes it inside to Mary Johnson, who gets the layup to go. And just further extending Middle Creek's lead. 28-3 with 2:50 left to go in the first half. And it's going to be Lee County ball. Andrews is going to inbound it for the Yellow Jackets. Cesare comes out of the game, and Betsy Doer is going to come in again. And shot put up by number 34, Sarah Teal, who can't get it to go, but it's rebounded by Van Steen, who gets the putback attempt, and she gets the foul, so she'll go to the line.
That was a great job of being aware of where the ball was at the time and grabbing that rebound and getting the and one for her team.
No doubt. Her first attempt is good, and that was her only attempt. Pulling the Yellow Jackets a little bit closer, 28-6, as Pitts comes into the game and Kimmy Pittman is going to come out. Coach Petty's doing a lot of substitutions here, giving his girls lots of rest, so every time, got a lot of fresh legs on the court. As Mary Johnson lays up the deep three and gets it. So first made three by either team, putting the Mustangs up 31-6 now. As long pass to Teal. Attempted pass inside to Van Steen, who gets it and gets the jumper. Inside pass to Smith, who loses control of the ball. And it's going to be Middle Creek ball, bounced off a Lee County player. Kimmy Pittman back in the game once again. Jesse McCoy is going to come out. 2:06 left to go in the first half. Inbound by Johnston. And Smith is going to get called for the travel.
It looks like they stopped pressing here for a little bit for some reason. Didn't just try to get their guards some rest or for whatever reason.
Kimmy Pittman got tried to get the steal but couldn't keep control of it. So Lee County's going to keep holding on to it. Anders looking for an open player. Nobody's open, and pass intended for Teal, and it's going to go out of bounds. Middle Creek ball once again. 1:41 left to go in the first half. Middle Creek up 31-8. Lady Mustangs playing excellent basketball right now.
And right now they have one of their bigger lineups, and they got 2 guards in Cesar and Doer, and 3 forwards, Pittman, Pitts, and Smith.
As Johnson's three-point attempt is a little bit off. Bland drives inside, shot blocked by Pitts, but the putback attempt by Anders is good. So we see Pitts with her first block of the night, being a dominant force on defense from Middle Creek.
And on offense.
And on offense,
She's
you're right.
doing it all.
And stolen by Teal, trying to bring it up the court, defended by Doer. And long shot by Van Steen, can't get it to go. Under a minute left in the first half. Doer's going to bring it up. Long pass to Pittman is almost turned over. Doer's at the top of the key, inside to Smith. Shot by Johnston's shot was blocked. Long pass to Bland, who can't hold on to it. So back to Middle Creek. And you talk about that was almost a beautiful pass, but just a little over the head of Bland. And Lee County showing some tenacity here. Going after the ball, 26.4 seconds to go in the first half. Middle Creek leading 31-10. Some substitutions here for Lee County. Jasmine Fouché is back on the court. And out of bounds, Lee County ball. And on a quick side note, some local sports news. Local football star Keith Marshall plays for Millbrook. He's the running back, 5-star recruit, committed to Georgia. And as a Georgia fan, that makes me real happy. But just a little side note, that's been what a lot of people locally have followed. Cause it's cool to see a guy locally getting a lot of national attention. So we wish him the best of luck in college.
Kimball, you might be joining him, being able to see him play a little bit.
If all goes well, I hope so. So Smith's shot to end the first half is no good. Mustangs are going to go into the locker room up by 21. As we've had a great first half of basketball. Pretty one-sided game so far. But that's what we like to see from the Mustangs. They've been playing excellent basketball, and I couldn't ask for much more.
Yeah, they played really good defense, with the X amount of steals they had, the couple blocks that we've seen. And, they've also played really well on offense, getting a couple of offensive rebounds and just, making all their shots.
So we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back for some halftime stats. You're watching the Sports Block. We'll be back in a moment. And welcome back for the second half of this game. Middle Creek leading 31-10 after a brilliant first half of play. A lot of turnovers by Lee County. We saw a lot of wild passes, and Middle Creek is also credit to them. They've been all over the court, forcing a lot of the turnovers. As Middle Creek's already getting the first points of the half. Courtney Latham laying it up. Cesare with another steal.
Yeah, you're talking about Middle Creek's defense throughout the entire first half. Pretty much they were doing full court press, everybody on a man, and just constantly putting pressure on the Yellow Jackets, and it worked.
It did.
I think it worked. They had maybe 10 steals throughout that first half, And, their defense is working out really well for them.
And Andrus gets a steal of her own for Lee County.
They gave
and Betsy Doer.
They gave up the majority of the 10 points in the first half when they kind of stayed back and didn't use the press like they were most of the time.
Yeah, when they backed off a little bit. And, there weren't a whole lot of things that they did, that Middle Creek did wrong in the first half. They everything that they were doing it well, and the scoreboard reflects that. So we're going to see Andrus putting it up the long jumper, but she can't get it to go. Doer's going to bring it up. She's been running the point, doing point guard duties all night. Has a bad pass. Fouché is going to bring it up. Can't get the layup to go, however, and Doer's going to come down with the rebound. Up to Cesare, who's had a fantastic night in terms of steals. She's been all over the court.
And Fouché has been having a problem with her glasses. She just started grabbing them after that play. I think they were falling off or hurting her or something.
And we see right out of the gate, Lee County's getting a lot of steals. But the difference between what they're doing now and what Middle Creek was doing in the first half is they're not able to capitalize off. They're bringing it down end to end, but they can't get it to fall. So, they're doing a good job on defense and forcing those steals and getting the turnovers, but they haven't been able to get any points off of them so far.
Yeah, it seems like when they're on the fast break and they're dribbling, it seems like they dribble with their heads down. They don't really see the action that's going on the court. Like, for that last play that they had in the fast break, she was dribbling down with her head, and she had her teammate wide open. She just couldn't see it because of her head being down.
And I think it's just a matter of coaching and, teaching them some of the fundamentals and whatnot. So Lee County ball, quick inbounds passes, and the shot is blocked. Courtney Latham bringing it up on the fast break, and Doer's going to slow it down. Smith working against the double team. Back out to Doer, who takes the jumper and gets it to go. Great shot. And Doer working on Fouché. And it's going to be Lee County ball.
It was a great extra effort there, but, just got unlucky with the foul call right there.
Andrus going to inbound it. And it's stolen once again as Doer brings it up the court. And Latham has it stolen from her. Long pass up the court. And, a lot of crazy passes by the Yellow Jackets here. And that's going to be number 40. Katrina Bethea gets it to fall. So finally, Yellow Jackets getting something to go here, getting some momentum. Johnson takes a deep shot from the corner and can't. It's a little short there. Rebounded by Bland, who takes it end to end. Her shot is blocked. Rebounded by Latham, who's working against Bethea. Cesare driving inside, and her shot is blocked. So Mustangs coming out playing a little sloppier than we saw in the first half. Four and a half minutes left to go here. Middle Creek up 35-12, maintaining a very large lead over Lee County. Andrus inside, and her jump shot is good.
It's like Coach Petty wanted a double dribble there because, she picked the ball up as she was dribbling, and then she dribbled back down, but looks like the refs didn't see that one.
So Coach Petty's going to call a timeout for the Mustangs and get his players' thoughts together. And what would you like to see from both teams for the remainder of the game?
I would like to see, Lee County make better passes than they did in the first half, and I would like to see Middle Creek do more of the press. It seems like it's working, and they haven't been getting a lot of opportunities off that, or the Lee County hasn't been getting a lot of opportunities on offense when they press. It doesn't seem like that because the amount of steals that they've had throughout this entire game.
And I see Jasmine Shaw down there in the sidelines. She's been out for a few weeks now, which is, I know, that drives her nuts. And hopefully she can get back on the court sometime in the near future. She was a big part of last year's squad as well. A great athlete, and looking forward to seeing her on the court. Inside pass to Johnston, and it's going to be Lee County ball inbounded by Teal.
You know, you're talking about Jasmine. They could have used her in that Garner game when they went into double overtime. I mean, it seems like they needed, you know, someone else to step up on that team when they were playing Garner. It was just, they just fell apart in that second overtime game, and it was unfortunate because they really did play a good game, and, you know, Garner's just a really good team.
And missed shot rebounded by Johnston. Latham gets it outside, nails the deep three-pointer. 38-14, Mustangs leading. Inside pass is a little too much, and Dover's going to get the steal. Long pass up to Cesare. Cesare's going to put it up from behind the arc, can't get it to go. Rebounded by Van Steen. Bland in the corner, takes a shot from behind the arc, and it's no good. Cesare and Teal getting a little physical there. And might want to keep an eye on that the rest of the night. Coach Petty's a little upset. The foul is...
We called on both of them, it looks like.
Yeah, because they both got tangled up. I mean, I don't know why he called it a double foul, though. It's
because then they just offset.
Why wouldn't they be technical fouls, though? It seems like they would have been technical fouls because the play was over, wasn't it? That's what it looked like.
Yeah,
I think they were both going for the loose ball, and they got their arms tangled.
So interesting call by the officials. Cesare inbounds it. Couple of substitutions. Kimmy Pittman and Vanessa Pitts are on the court for the Mustangs. Dover at the top of the key. Inside pass to Pittman goes in and out of her hands. Stolen by Lee County.
No, Middle Creek, you know, they got the big lead. I'm not saying this game's over, but this is usually a point, and when the coach for Middle Creek, you know, he tries to work on some things that they usually, you know, can't get in live games. So, you know, it's kind of like a practice, except, you know, it counts.
Just getting younger players a lot of experience.
Yeah. I think we are going to see a lot of substitutions throughout the second half, and I think Petty's going to dip into his bench a lot like we saw in the first half. And Kimmy Pittman is called for a push. I didn't see it, but
the Lee County player kind of put her elbow into Pittman, and they called a foul on the Middle Creek defender. So
these referees missing a few calls here, but that's just the way of the game. Anders driving inside. Her shot is blocked, stolen by Cesare. Going one-on-one, puts it up and gets the beautiful layup. The 180
twist.
2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Middle Creek up by a lot. Stolen by Courtney Latham. Working against the double team. Passes it to Doer, who puts up the easy two.
And Middle Creek, just like the first half, they're capitalizing on errant Lee County passes, you know, across the court during, you know, they're not even doing the press. They're staying back in their defense and just making nice plays.
And another steal by Middle Creek.
After the Vanessa Pitts block.
Vanessa Pitts with her, I believe that's her second or third block here tonight. Doing an excellent job on both defense and offense like we talked about. The freshman playing very physical defense on Andrus. And the referees calling a foul on, I believe that was on Courtney Latham. Jakini Kuba is going to check into the game as Doer comes out And Mary Johnston is also going to come in for the Mustangs as Courtney Latham checks out. Ball will be inbounded by Patrina Bethea. And it's Jakini Kuba is going to be called for the push. Push Bland over and back. Lee County ball once again. Johnston defending the inbounds pass as it's stolen by Pitts. Going against Bland very physically. And Pitts will be called for the foul.
A lot of stuff being dropped on the court today.
Yeah.
It seems like they're trying to pick up as much stuff as they can.
Going along the baseline, pass inside to Van Steen, working against Pitts. And bad pass, trying to get it out. And Césaire regains possession inside to Pitts. And Pitts is called for the travel. So a little bit of sloppy play by the Mustangs here, but they still got a fairly large lead.
Like we talked about in the first quarter, she's just a freshman. She's going to learn from her mistakes, and she'll get all these traveling calls. She'll get them fixed.
And that, that's just a matter of experience and something Petty can work on in practice. And Johnson going for the rebound, working against Bethea. We're seeing a lot of physical play here in the second half. You saw Césaire and Teal get into it, and a lot of physical rebounding and steals by both teams. You saw Pitts knock down Deja Bland a few minutes ago. So Lee County, I think, may be playing a little scrappy to try and get back in this game. Mary Johnston, deep three-pointer, almost gets it to go, and Pitts gets the putback, getting another rebound for her stat sheet. Deja Bland's going to bring it up, hold the ball, or not hold the ball, excuse me. Her shot is blocked by Pitts. Jakini Kupa's going to bring it up, loses the ball out of bounds, however, and the clock is stopped at 7.7 seconds to go in the third quarter. And Jasmine Scott is going to come onto the court for the Mustangs, I think for the first time tonight.
Yeah,
that we're seeing her. And I think that she's the only one who hadn't seen playing time prior to now. And Vanessa Pitts blocking another shot.
That makes 5, I think, for the night.
I do believe that is her 5th block. So Vanessa Pitts handling the blocking duties, and Césaire is handling the steals. And Mustangs are not missing a beat. I think, we're putting up a lot of points here tonight, but they're playing lights out defense as well. They're just relying on their defense to force the turnovers and create opportunities to score. And that's why they've been so successful here tonight. And they got to keep up that intensity for the rest of the season, and they will go far.
Yeah, their defense has shown a lot of intensity, and it seems like they want the ball more than Lee County does. It just seems like they've always gotten to the ball first. I don't know if Lee County just forgot which jersey to throw it to, or just,
Maybe they're colorblind.
It was just, or just there's bad passes, or nothing practice can't fix. Just.
And as we come out here, the teams come out for the fourth and final quarter. And I look at this roster for Lee County, and there's only a handful of seniors on this varsity squad. So I think inexperience may be a part of some of the mistakes that they're making. And nothing. Experience can't fix everything, but it makes a big difference. And we're gonna go down to Kelsey. Oh, excuse me. We'll go down to Kelsey in a minute. As number 11 for Lee County, Olivia Sturdivant, is gonna go to the line. And her first shot goes, so she'll get to shoot a second one. Her second attempt just falls just short, and Middle Creek still leading 44-15. Ball is going to go out on Jakini, and it's going to be Lee County ball. 7:51 left to go here in this game. Middle Creek being very dominant. Another steal by Lauren Cesare, all alone. Goes for the layup and gets it. I'm going to be curious to see how many steals she has by the end of the night, but it's going to be close to double digits. She's been excellent. And we're going to go down to Kelsey Barbario.
So far into the third or fourth quarter, Coach Petty says that this has been a very physical game and that the girls need to be aggressive yet smart. Back to you.
Thank you, Kelsey. Kelsey doing an excellent job down there as a sideline reporter, getting in the huddle and keeping track of what's going on down there in the huddle, and just doing an excellent job tonight. As Van Steen puts it up, misses, rebounded by number 11 Sturdivant. And on the putback attempt, Middle Creek's called for yet another foul. That was Jasmine Scott who's going to get called for the foul. Sturdivant's first free throw attempt is good. Pulling Lee County a little bit closer. Middle Creek still maintaining a commanding 30-point lead here. And her second attempt is good. 7.5 minutes left to go in this game. Middle Creek up by 29. Cesare driving. Her shot is blocked by Sturdivant, and she's going to go to the line. Cesare's first attempt is no good. Jasmine Fouché is going to come into the game for the Yellow Jackets as Andrus is waiting at midcourt to be subbed in. Lauren Cesare's second free throw attempt is good as Andrus comes into the game, and Bethea is going to check out. Lee County going with a larger set with Van Steen and Andrus down in the post to fight for those rebounds. Sturdivant on the attempted drive is going to draw the foul.
No, Cesare, she's only averaging 5.7 points a game. But tonight she's playing very good. I think she has around 10 points.
And she's a very physical player as well.
And almost close to 10 steals.
Going for that double-double. Sturdivant's first attempt is good. She's been money from the free throw line tonight as Cesare checks out, and Courtney Latham is going to come back into the game. So Cesare taking a little breather. As Sturdivant's second attempt is no good. She gets her own rebound, however. Driving along the baseline. Goes for the 180 layup and gets it.
A little out of control going down that baseline, but it's worth 2 points.
Whatever works. Kimmy Pittman working against the double team. Getting it to Kuba. And it's going to be Middle Creek ball. Pittman's going to inbound it. Gets it to Latham in the corner, driving inside, and is knocked down.
You know, here
it's kind of bounced off one of their players.
Here in the fourth quarter, Lee County's taking out a little frustration. Having some hard fouls here in the fourth quarter.
As Jessica McCoy is also in the game tonight. She was in earlier. As the ball is stolen by Andrus, stolen back by Scott, and it's getting real physical down there. Lee County may be behind, but they need to watch their physical play.
I think they're just getting frustrated, with things just not going their way. It's just, I know it happens, but you just gotta, keep control of what you're doing.
And plenty of people have been in that situation before, but it's all about maintaining a level head, and that's the only way you get back into this game is just maintaining your cool. Pass to McCoy. Just pass to the wrong jersey on that play as Deja Bland goes end-to-end. Can't get the layup to go, but Sturdivant gets the putback. with 6:18 to go here. Middle Creek up 47-22. Middle Creek getting ready for a mass substitution with all but one player about to come out. As Fouché was going for the steal, but just got a little overzealous and knocked out of bounds, as we see. I guess that was all 5 players that came out.
They left Latham in.
That's right. So 4 or 5 players are going to come out of the game. Pitts is back in. She's been a force, down in the paint all game. And they're just, Middle Creek's playing real conservative right now. Doer's holding the ball, and they're passing it around as Johnson, her 3-point attempt rims out. And Middle Creek has reached the foul limit, so looks like Sturdivant's going to go to the line for the Lady Yellow Jackets.
Since Middle Creek's over 10 fouls, she will be shooting 2 free throws for her team.
And her first attempt, I think she's only missed 1 or 2 tonight. She's been outstanding from the free throw line. Lines up for her second attempt, which is also good. Middle Creek up 47-24. Smith lays it up, can't get it. Pitts gets the rebound. And Latham just can't maintain control of it. Smith fighting against Ayers for control of the ball. And it's going to be Lee County ball. And Teal, who got into it a little bit with Cesare earlier, she's going to inbound it for Lee County. Another errant pass. There's a scramble for the ball. Sturdivant, a lot of the recent physical plays between the two teams, I've seen Sturdivant involved in a lot of them. 5:03 left to go in this game. Middle Creek still maintaining a 23-point lead. Johnson drives, and she's going to get called for the charge. And Sturdivant was the one that drew that charge as well. She keeps seeing her check her nose. I don't know if I think she got knocked in the nose, trying to make sure it's not bleeding. Another steal as Doer knocks it out of bounds. Lee County's going to maintain possession of it. Sturdivant driving inside, loses control of the ball, however, and Latham's going to get it. Doer bringing it up the court, looking for an open player. And Johnson just can't maintain control of the ball. It's going to go out of bounds as Patterson and Bland are going to come into the game for the Yellow Jackets as Ayers and Fouché check out. Bland, who is Lee County's leading scorer, almost 12 points a game. She's been fairly quiet tonight, hasn't been living up to that average so far. Patterson working against Doer. 4:23 left to go in this game as Teal's shot is blocked. And it was Sydney Smith who was called for the foul. And Teal's going to go to the line and shoot 2.
Yeah, it looks like Vanessa Pitts hit another block on that one, but just her teammate just fouled number 34, Sarah Teal.
And Teal gets her first attempt to fall. And her second attempt is no good. Rebounded by Courtney Latham. Working against Andrus. Latham driving inside and can't control it. Dumps it off to Pitts. Latham from the corner, and it's just off a little bit. Almost gets her own rebound as Patterson brings it up the court. Doer on the defense. It's going to go out of bounds. Middle Creek ball. And one thing I've seen with Latham tonight, she's very speedy. I think she gets ahead of herself a little. She has the opportunities, and she just gets a little. She knows what she wants to do. I think she's 2 steps ahead of herself, and sometimes she loses control of the ball. But I think she's definitely got potential there. She's a very fast player. Doe working against Patterson, and pass was intended for Latham, and it's going to go off Latham's hands, out of bounds, or it was off a Lee County player's hands. Excuse me. It's going to be Middle Creek ball. 3.5 minutes to go here left in this game. 47-25, Middle Creek leading. Inside pass to Sydney Smith, rims out, and it's rebounded by Lee County. If you're just joining us, Middle Creek is facing off against Lee County. First women's basketball game we're covering this season for the sports block. Middle Creek's played an excellent game thus far. It's been very dominant. As the score reflects, got a lot of steals in the first half. Haven't seen that kind of. It's a different strategy this second half. They've been playing a little more conservative. They backed off. They were doing a full court press early on. Backed off that, as we see Cesare check back into the game after resting for a bit. She's leading the team in steals this game. Almost certainly has double digits in steals. As Teal can't get the second attempt to fall.
You haven't seen Lee County press a lot like Middle Creek has. Maybe it's just not for them, or it's just Middle Creek's really good at it.
And Pitts is fouled on her shot, which didn't go, but she's going to go to the line. And Lee County does not have nearly as many fouls as Middle Creek does. Middle Creek, I think, has been playing a little more physical. This and it got really quiet for Vanessa Pitt's sake as she goes to the line. And it does not go. I've never heard the gym this quiet during like a sporting event. There's no opposing student section to heckle her. Well, now you hear it a little bit. And her second attempt is good. 2:52 and counting left in this game. Inside pass to Teal. Can't get her shot to fall. Rebounded by number 32, Nikki Hoover, who gets the points and the foul. Best wishes to her on her birthday. Cesare, long inbound pass to Pitts, who puts it up, no good. Rebounded by Meredith Love, who's gonna get fouled. And
I don't know if that was a foul. I think she just kind of threw herself. It didn't really look like she was trying to rip the ball away from Lauren.
Latham outside the arc. Time is ticking down. Pitts gets the rebound. Can't get it to go. 10.3 seconds to go in this contest. Middle Creek leading 49-31. Vanessa Pitts is going to go to the line after being fouled. And we're going to be back on Thursday for the Tri-Non Conference Tournament, the cheerleading Tri-Non Conference Tournament. We're hosting it. It's the first time Middle Creek's hosting a Tri-Non Conference Tournament. Very big deal for us. And Vanessa's first shot is no-go. But we will be here on Thursday broadcasting.
Also on Friday.
Also on Friday, as the boys will be here for the boys game on Friday as well. So, giving you all the live action here from Middle Creek. Her second attempt is no good as well. But we do what we can here at the Sports Block, cover all the home sporting events of the week. So now that basketball season's up, we're gonna doing 2 or 3 broadcasts a week. And it's gonna be number 32, Nikki Hoover, is gonna go to the line for the Yellow Jackets. 7.7 seconds to go here in the game.
And looks like Lawrence is there, now has 5 fouls, so she will exit the game, and number 21, Jakini Kuba, will enter the game.
Hoover's first shot is no good. Lining up for her second shot, and Hoover's second attempt is no good. Rebounded by Van Steen. Her first shot is no good, blocked by Pitts. Latham is going to let the clock run out. Middle Creek is going to come out with a W, 49-31. Big win over Tri-9 foe Lee County. And we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back for post-game stats. And welcome back for post-game stats following Middle Creek's big victory over Lee County. And for Middle Creek, you had number 10, Betsy Doer, and number 15, Sydney Smith, leading the way for the Mustangs, 10 points apiece. Courtney Latham, hitting 2 of 4 from behind the arc, leading the team in 3-point shots. Done an excellent job tonight. And Lee County leading scorer was number 54, Deborah Andrus, leading the team. And overall, great performance by the Lady Mustangs. We'll return here on Thursday for the Tri-9 Conference cheerleading tournament, and again on Friday. Thank you for watching, and for PJ and Alex, I'm Matt Kimball. And thank you for watching the Sports Block, and we'll return to you on Thursday.